Internet land, we are here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you can hear me okay. Get ready to start. We're over here at Promise Resource Network in the Respite building, which is so much more comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, it's like obviously the chairs are cush. So, all right. Good morning. Again. How are y'all doing in this right now moment? We got it in, we got it in. Your head hurts? Are you okay? How you doing in this right now moment, Alan?
I'm coping.
Coping? Awesome. So cool. So it sounds like we're all about either here or meh. Good morning. How are you doing? Let me know how you're doing when you hop on. So I'm curious, what would make you feel better in this just right now moment?
Knowing that I'll be regaining my driver's license.
Okay. Driver's license. I can see that would be make your life a little bit easier, more convenient.
Then I'll get another car
Mm-hmm.
and resume my independence. I'm used to being independent.
Mm-hmm. I could see how that would definitely make your life feel better to have your driver's license. Okay. So I'm going to hold the vision of you getting your driver's license really soon. I'm going to hold that vision. Okay. Yeah. Huh?
I'm determined.
I hope so.
I'm being proactive. I'm determined.
Awesome. I heard someone say something, but I don't know. What would make you feel better right now?
Me being able to stop having worries about what's going to happen in my life, and just me being able to be present.
Okay. So being present and not worrying about the future.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel that. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. What would make you feel better?
Having my mountain of problems solved.
Oh, the mountain of problems to be solved for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I you didn't put limits on it, so.
Yeah, no limits. No limits, right? We're limitless beings. Anything's possible. If I had more energy. Okay. Feeling that. What about y'all? What would make you feel better?
Are we going in a circle?
Or whatever.
Okay. Well, of course, winning the lottery would have really helped, but of course I didn't. Somebody in California that's probably already rich won it. But right now I have a little sinus thing, so I'm trying to get over that. So when I get through that, and I've got some issues I'm dealing with in my apartment and in my life, so I'm staying here. So getting through that and in its steady forward direction will be very helpful.
Okay. Sinuses, apartment, and just some momentum in the forward direction.
Yeah, just keep as long as it keeps going
something forward.
My pattern is a lot of times it's like I move forward and then there's like a hiccup and then it kicks me back and then things pile up. Then I move forward and then there's a hiccup and it pushes me back and I'm up. And it's like constantly, so I don't really know what the grass looks like on the other side anymore because I haven't been there in a long time. But I'm hoping to get there soon.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. What would make you feel better?
Just focusing on the here and now and not the future.
It's being present.
Being present.
Awesome. Anything else come up that would make that you're like, you know what? This would make me feel better. Anything else?
Being in a safe place and living in a safe place, because right now I'm living in a shelter and it's kind of hard, and that's just being able to go somewhere where I feel at peace.
Yeah, having a place for your physical body.
Yeah.
Just actually relax and feel the peace of that place. Definitely. Let's see. Good morning. We got a smile. A smile would make you feel better. I got that. I can do that. Cheesy grin.
2 smiles.
2 smiles. I got to do another one over here. Oh God, we got 3. Oh God, we got all smiles. I feel like you're smiling under there. Well, this is Body, Mind, Spirit. So, and I'm Jane. So it's really good to be here in this now moment because we're all safe right now. We all have a roof right now. We're all pretty comfortable physically. We may have runny noses or a little less energy, but physically speaking, we're all pretty okay right now. In this right now moment, right? Like, because your pile of stuff, the pile of problems literally aren't laying in front of you in the physical. So right now they're
Well,
just
some of mine
in the
when I get home.
in the mind. But in this right now moment, they're not in front of you, right? They're not. And not to minimize what we have as problems or challenges in our life, and to also be able to recognize when things are okay, right? So I want to just kind of ground us in so that we can all just land into this now moment. So I invite you to take a big breath in and just let it go. Do a couple more of those, just big breath. Like it's your first breath of this now moment, filling up your lungs with oxygen, letting it move throughout your body, nourishing your body, giving your body the energy that it needs to continue moving forward. Every breath in gives you nourishment, and every breath out, you become more present in this now moment. Feel the steadiness of your breath, the strength of your lungs, the strength of your body, the strength of your mind, and the strength of your presence on this earth plane. The gifts that you have to offer. Noticing all of the sounds around us and letting them just swirl by as you focus more and more on your breath in this now moment. Whatever it is that's happening outside of us will continue to happen outside of us, calling focus and awareness into you and your breath right here, right now. Together, we'll just take another breath in and just let it go. So there's this funny thing about our mind. Our mind will believe anything that it sees or that it believes. Like if I tell a story, if you tell me a story and I say, I believe it, then my brain says that's a truth. And then my body is going to react to that truth. So if someone came in here right now and said, there's a tornado, there isn't one at all. But if someone said there was a tornado, my brain would say, oh, there's a tornado, because it's what I heard. And then my entire nervous system is going to go, grrr, right? If anyone's ever experienced tornadoes, that's typically what happens, is that your body kind of freaks out. If someone said, hey, I have $1 million for everybody that's in this room right now, our brain would believe that and our bodies would react, right?
My brain wouldn't believe that.
Right. Well, that's funny you say that, because that's what we're going to get to, because then you wouldn't receive it. Then you would be the one that wouldn't get the $1 million. Because everything is based on belief. Our brain doesn't know any different. Our brain literally does not know the difference. So if I watch a movie and it's a love scene and I am just getting all fluttery about it and like, oh my God, it's so romantic, I'm actually going to make all these like loving endorphins in my body, and my body is going to feel like I am experiencing a new relationship. I can also see the same movie, romantic scene, and think, I'm alone. I'm not in a relationship. Nobody likes me. Then my body's going to feel that weight and that heaviness and that sadness or that aloneness even more. Same movie. But it was the story that I told myself that created a reaction in my body, right? Has anyone ever watched a scary movie? Does anybody like them? You like scary movies? You don't?
It just depends on the scary movie, really.
Yeah. I used to watch scary movies all the time as a kid. Long story there. Not necessarily the healthiest relationship with scary movies, but whatever. When we watch scary movies, our brain says, oh, that's actually happening. Whatever it is that we're seeing, our brain says that that is happening. So if it's like a murder scene, our brain says that is a reality that I am watching. So then the body is going to react as it would as if it were seeing that murder. If we watch a war movie, right, where people are fighting, our brain, our eyes see that, our brain sees that, and our body reacts. So we start to create cortisol, we start to create stress hormones, our adrenals start to activate, we start to get a lot more stressed in our physical bodies. Just because it's what we're choosing to look at. I think that's pretty powerful information because we have a choice to look at anything around us, one, and we can choose to, whatever it is we look at, to give it the story, right? It's like the romantic movie. I can look at it and be like, oh my God, I can't wait to have that romantic again. Or I can be like, oh my God, I'm so sad because I'm alone. It's the story that I'm telling, same image. So, I love the scary movies and a hard no to scary movies online. Gotta keep the balance. So here's a question. So as we look at our lives, right, at the things in the future that we have complete uncertainty about, the stuff in our homes that maybe it's just a little too much to handle. Maybe we just have a pile of problems, or maybe we have something that we want that we don't have right now. When you think about that right now, so think about this thing, this problem that you have, okay? And start to just scan your body and notice what happens. Does your body feel more relaxed when you start thinking about the pile of stuff? No.
No, it tenses you up.
Right, it tenses you up. And if our body is tense, it's so funny how it works because it's a cycle, right? We have an electrical current in our body. So if my mind just says, oh my God, I have all this stuff, I don't know what to do, then the body is going to like stress out and get all glitchy. And then the mind can't think clearly. So now my mind can't think of solutions to get rid of the problem that I'm stressing out about. So then my body starts to get more freaked out. Oh God, I really don't know now. Now I'm confused about what to do. And then my brain starts to say, I can't handle this. Overload, overload, overload. Must abort, must abort. And that's when we tend to go to old habits and distractions. Does that make sense? I do this all the time. When I get overwhelmed, I've stopped I think I've stopped most all of my addictive patternings, but the one addiction that I still have access to is food because I still need to eat. So I'll find myself when I do get overwhelmed, I'll like open the pantry. And then I'm like, this is not a coping mechanism anymore. Damn it. And then I have to go find another tool out of my bag to calm my mind down so that my body can chill out, so that my brain can think clearly. So it comes back to that present moment. A couple of y'all mentioned just being present. It's really just what you want. If I could just be present, I'd be okay, right? So I'm curious, what do you all do to get present?
Right, I write stuff down.
Yeah, writing.
Journaling.
I do word searches. just try to focus on that at that particular time.
Yeah.
Or I listen to music.
Word searches, music.
And I do those, and sometimes I also I like watch a movie. Like last night, I watched Weird Al Yankovic to kind of distract me, and then it make me present, so I could go to bed and then get a fresh start in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like a entertainment break.
Gotcha. An entertainment break. Gotcha. What else? Anything else? It's really interesting that we'll choose things and they're all really great things, right? Like none of those are bad, wrong. They're all like great things. And it's really interesting that we choose to not tell ourselves another story. Like, why don't we do that? Why don't we say, hey, yeah, I have this mountain of problems. And you know what? I am so capable of climbing it step by step. And when I get to the top, I'm so excited to see what that view's going to be like. And then I'm going to slide down that mountain of problems and I'm going to end up in the river of, I don't know, something fun and glorious, whatever, right? Like, why we don't tell ourselves a new story. We don't take the time to tell ourselves a new story so that we can create new brain activity, which then creates new body response, which then clears the brain, electrical current, then it clears the brain to give us solutions and ideas on how to actually solve the issue, or we open up to new ideas, or we are guided by our higher self to go somewhere, be somewhere. Oh, look at that, right time. I met the person who.
So, for myself, I'm not saying this positive thinking is bad, but for myself, it needs to be a believable, realistic thing I'm telling myself. Like the example you made earlier about a millionaire. If there's somebody who comes in here that has access to millions of dollars and says he's going to make me a millionaire, or I bought a lottery ticket and I have a possibility of being a millionaire, that's a realistic hope. But if I tell myself, I set myself for an unrealistic hope, for me, that's not helpful because it sets me up for failure in the future. So to me, I have to kind of look at what's going on. Like, I mean, there are possibilities, like if you have a terminal disease, you could live and you could not die. That's a possibility, but you're not, it's just for me, it has to be realistic because maybe it's because I have a mental illness and I've had some substance abuse issues. Maybe it's because I've tried things in the past and they haven't worked for me. So I need to know, this is like the goal might be, if I succeed in this, I can go to the beach, but telling myself that something that I consider unrealistic for myself isn't helpful to me. It's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like that for you or not, but that's how it is for me.
I'm glad you shared that. Because literally reality is only based on belief. It's just the way the quantum mechanics work in life because everything is energy. It just is. So like everything is belief. That's just the way energy works. So
there is an objective reality too.
Well, yes, and energy precedes matter. Literally. It's quantum physics, it's metaphysics, it's esoteric knowledge. It's something that I've studied for like 20 something years. It's just like, it just is. Whether people believe it or not, doesn't matter. It's just the way it works. It just is. I know, it's one of those things. So thinking about this, right? So if I believe that something has to be proven before I can get it, then that's going to be what I live into, right? It just is. If I believe that when I get thin enough, I'm going to find a partner that likes me. This was my old belief at one point. I never would find the partner because I would never be thin enough. Does that make sense?
It does, but also in the same note, if you believe you're going to be a millionaire, it doesn't necessarily mean you will be a millionaire.
Ooh, yes, and
there is objective reality.
Right.
Too.
So think about this. I never believed that I would be a homeowner ever, right? Lo and behold, I was. And it was because I had a higher calling for that, right? I never thought that I would be rich. If you look at my bank account, you would never say I'm rich by any stretch. And what I do know, though, is that I'm rich in so many other things that makes me actually rich. Like I'm rich in community. I'm rich in supplies. I'm rich in friendships. I'm rich in love. I'm rich in like
yeah, but those
resources
are-
for
That's more of
survival.
an abstract concept than like, I mean, if you're saying something specific. I mean, no, I'm not saying you're not rich in things. I mean, we're all rich in some things. But to say something specific like, I will own a $500,000 house is not a positive. And I'm not saying
I
that's
know.
what you're saying,
So because
but
this
some
is
people might take it
because
that way.
because this is body, mind, spirit. Think about this. Spirit doesn't feed the ego, now does it?
Okay, good point.
No. So if the ego is what's like, I want this so that I can prove myself. I want a $500,000 house. Like spirit, great spirit, universe, whatever is gonna be like whatever. Now, if the point is like, I really want a house, a home, a space that's big enough so I can hold gatherings or help the community or whatever, that shit right there, universe is like, what you want, right? It's just that tends to be the way it works in the quantum because like, but our energy has to match it, right? Like our energy, like if I doubt that I could receive that, then I won't receive that.
But you said you doubted it, that you did receive a house.
Yes, I didn't believe that I could. I believed that like it just wasn't in my reality.
Oh, I know, but
Right?
I'm just saying it a minute ago, you said, if you believe you can, you will, and if you don't believe you can, you won't. But you didn't
Yes.
believe you could, and you did.
My higher
I'm not
self.
trying to question you. I'm just-
No, but you keep interrupting me, and I do find that kind of rude. At this
Okay, all
point.
right, I'm sorry.
Like, like we could just like one at a time. I would appreciate that.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. So to that, thinking about this, I didn't believe that I could buy a house, right? But I knew where I was living was a little 600 square foot like hole in the wall, and my purpose was to be of service to the community. I didn't realize that when I got the house that I was gonna be physically put in a situation that I needed that home so I could actually survive what I had gone through physically. So it was almost like my future self was setting me up for that. So I had a heart calling to have a space that was safe and big enough for my community and myself, right? I just didn't think that I could ever get a house. Like it wasn't because I looked to see the proof and look at my bank account and look at what I would be loaned and all this other stuff and say, oh, well, here's the proof of why I can't. It was more just like, oh, I didn't think it was an option. It's like, if someone walked in here right now with like, I don't know, a big chocolate pie, I would never have thought about that, but I would accept it and I would enjoy it. Kind of the same thing. So it's not, so I mean, did I have a doubt that there would be pie brought in? I just really didn't think that it would be a possibility. It just wasn't in my realm of thought. So that's the differentiation. So here's the point. Yeah, rich is a relative term. So here's the thing. Life itself, like just life itself, right? The way the tree grows itself from the acorn. Like the fact that the tree will drop the acorn and then the acorn grows into another tree. Like that's nuts. Acorn joke. Right? So like the fact that like life can actually grow itself and that nothing will stop it. On the way in, I noticed that there was a little bit of moss on the sidewalk and I love it because I just think moss is so pretty and just, I don't know, it's so soft. I love it. And I'm just like, wow, that's some tenacious little bugger growing there with all the people that walk in and out and this and that. And it's still growing. The fact that our skin cells are literally dying every second and they're regenerating themselves. That the cells that make our liver is just regenerating. So every couple years, we basically get a brand new liver, right? That our eyes are able to bring in light, crisscross them in our mind to tell our brain what it is we're seeing so much that our body responds to it by creating endorphins or sweat or excitement or heart or heaviness. Like the fact that we are life, we are miraculous. Would you agree with that? Just like life itself is pretty miraculous. Like
Yeah.
we're not in here being like, okay, lungs, breathe for me right now. Please breathe, lungs. Oh God, don't fail me. They're just doing it. Right? Our heart's pumping. It's just doing it. So we are miraculous in nature. And yet our mind will tell us that we don't deserve miracles, that we don't deserve something that's out of this world, that we don't deserve something that's actually amazing and magnificent, because we need proof first, or we need to be good enough first, or we need to be validated first. That's what the mind is telling us, because that's what we're told. But that's not truth unless we believe it. And then that becomes the reality. So if that's the case, right? So if you just imagine that that's truth, right? You can take it or leave it as a belief. But just for this now, an invitation is to just believe. Just for the next few minutes, just believe, if you will, that you are miraculous, you deserve miracles, and anything is possible. Just believe it. Just for now. Just for like the next few minutes. You don't care how the miracle happens. You happen to look in your bank account and there's $1 bajillion. It was an oops on somebody's behalf, but they can't track it. So now you have $1 bajillion. Thank you, universe. Or someone says, hey, I have this house. Can you house sit for me? I'm going to be gone for 4 years. How cool would that be?
Yeah.
Right? Or someone just magically comes and next thing you know, your big pile of problems, you got rid of one of the problems and the rest of them just disintegrated. You didn't realize that one that you pulled out was the key player that had created the whole pile to begin with, right? Maybe that was that one domino that let it all fall. So just for this now moment, the invitation is to suspend any doubt, because if you have any doubt, it will stop miracles from happening. It's a different energy wave. It stops telekinesis. It stops magicians from doing their magic tricks. Magicians actually have to believe in what they're doing. If you ever seen anyone bend a spoon, they bend it because they believe it. And I only know that because I've done it myself and I've watched someone do it, which is so cool. So cool to bend a spoon just by holding it. So neat. Anyway, so an invitation is to suspend any doubt. Okay. So I'm just going to walk us through a little visualization just for funsies. So just take a big breath in and just let it go. And in this moment, just start to remember the miraculous nature of you, that you have made it this far in your life, that your body has been hurt, it's fallen down, it's been in positions that you cannot even imagine, nor would you want for anyone else. And yet you've gotten yourself to this moment right here. Maybe it's been you in the physical. Maybe it's been your higher self, your future self. Maybe it was your inner child. Maybe it was something that you call an angel or a guide or God or goddess or the universe or the creator or great spirit or the nameless wonder beyond. Whatever that is. But remember the miraculous nature that you are in this now moment. And maybe you start to feel a little bit lighter in your body. Maybe you start to feel your heart getting excited at the fact that it's being recognized for its miraculous nature of you. And start to bring to your mind's eye this problem, this challenge, this thing that's got you down, whatever that is, and just see it outside of you. So maybe you're seeing a driver's license in front of you. Or maybe you're seeing your pile of problems in a heap in front of you. You're seeing the future, the vast unknown. It's in front of you. It's not you. It's not who you are. Because you are miraculous and these things in front of you are just things in front of you. Now, in your mind's eye and in your heart, imagine, see, sense, feel what it would look like if this problem shifted, if it transmuted, if it changed and became something that you wanted. Maybe the driver's license grows legs and walks toward you. Maybe the infinite unknown starts to get brighter, full of colors. Maybe all the stuff and things that are just becoming burdensome start to dance in front of you, or they disappear. Whatever this looks like to you, see it as a miraculous change of your problems in front of you. And as you see all of these challenges, these things that are getting you down, that are hard for you, maybe they start to become lighter as they change. And feel how your body feels, seeing all of your problems gone in this now moment. Maybe you've always had problems. Maybe you've always had hard times. Maybe you've always had whatever the story is that you've been carrying. Imagine, see, sense, and feel what it would feel like for your body to not have any of this anymore. No weight to carry, no burden on your back. Let your body feel ease, maybe for the first time. Maybe your body starts to feel excited because now it has a space of freedom that it's never felt. Maybe you start to allow space for more people and support to come into your life to help you out. And maybe you start to gain more and more and more energy so that you can start to be more of service to others because you remember how powerful and miraculous you are in this now moment. Feel what your body feels like with no burdens. Feel what your mind feels like with nothing focusing on that doesn't bring you joy. Allow this feeling to be felt by you, you miraculous being, you life force energy. Take a big full breath in. Come into the present moment as you exhale. Oftentimes, we don't even allow our imagination to see what is miraculous and or possible, right? It's like if you have a kid and they're running around and they're spazzing out, sometimes it's hard to see them in your mind's eye as just being like cute or whatever. Sometimes you just got to like struggle to see this kid being cute again. And then no matter what they're doing, you become more peaceful because you're not agitated at this child. When I'm not agitated with this imaginary child in this case, and I'm more peaceful, the kid feels that. Because then they're not reacting to what they're making me react as. Does that make sense? I'm not saying that any of us need to ignore anything that's happening outside of ourselves. What I'm saying is that we get to be the controller of the way we perceive the things that are outside of ourselves. That's what I know for sure. That someone can walk in and put some flowers in the middle of the room, and I can choose to be happy about the new floral arrangement, or I could be mad because I have an allergy to flowers. Either way, there are flowers in the room. It's my choice to how I perceive it. The way I perceive it is going to give me strength and courage to move forward in whatever direction that looks like. If I sit and complain about the flowers the whole time, I'm not doing anything about it. I'm just making myself more miserable. Right? I can move them. I can leave the room. I can tell myself that, you know what, maybe today you'll be different and I'm not going to have a reaction to it. Let's see if I can be in the room with it. Let me feel what the discomfort feels like in my body. We're more powerful than we give ourselves credit for, and it starts with the mind and the way we perceive anything outside of it. We forget, I think, that we're miraculous. I have a Post-it note in my bathroom that says, "Look for miracles." And then I said, and then I wrote, "It's life, it's you." And it's so faded now that I had to like look at it again this morning. And I was like, what did I even write on there? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot that we are life and that anything is possible. Anything is possible. How y'all feeling?
I feel good right now after that visualization. I feel more present.
Yeah.
And me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. I feel more present, more relaxed, more clear. You know, it's really easy. Hey, Lisa, good morning. I think it's really easy for us to feel the stress of the world. You know, we live in a time where there's just a lot of chaos, and a lot of the brothers and sisters that are on this earth plane with us are having challenges. And some of them appear like everything is perfect and they're having challenges that we just won't ever know about because they're hiding it in closed doors or within themselves or through whatever addictive pattern that they have still in their life. You know? So I feel like the work is always coming back to my body and my breath and my perspective on whatever it is I'm experiencing. You know, if I'm in a car accident, I'm in a car accident. It sucks. Okay. And can I have the perspective of like, oh, I wonder if the firefighters that are going to respond are going to be cute. You know, like at the same time, right? Like, can I do that? Of course I can. You know, and that's where we're more powerful, I think, than we give ourselves credit. You know, we're powerful, I tell you. So I'm curious, when you saw your problems in front of you, whatever that was, when they started to change, what did they change into? What did they do?
It changed into a ball of gum, and I had to shoot it.
Nice. That's so cool. Did you blow a bubble with it?
No, I had to shoot it.
Well, mine was a lot of my problems are around disorder,
Mhm.
And sort of chaos thinking and stuff. So things sort of started organizing itself. It's kind of like I was Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Have you ever watched that?
Uh-huh.
And things were just moving around the room and placing themselves in the correct spot. And I don't really know what the correct spot is, but it knew what the correct spot was.
Nice. That
Yeah,
sounds
nice.
fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Anyone else want to share what you saw, what you visualized?
Going on a walk.
Yeah. Was it like around trees and stuff?
It was actually around a lot of flowers.
Ooh.
I'm a flower person.
Oh, I love that. Nice. Thanks for sharing that. Would anyone else like to share what they saw the thing you don't want? What it change?
I saw I just had like if there's a pile of just whatever, and then I saw like evaporation and butterflies.
Ooh. That's cool. Like a metamorphosis, a whole change. That's cool. Okay. That's fine. And I don't know about y'all, but I think that's just way more fun to like envision, like, and not ignore the stuff. But like, let's see how can I play with the stuff? You know, let me see the difference I can make in my body. So I'm really curious if like next week, if everybody's gonna, well, it won't be next week. Next week on Tuesday is the Thanksgiving celebration, so I'm not going to be here. I'm going to try to make it, but won't be here for this. I'll pre-record it though, so you can like. I'll do probably maybe like a guided meditation or something. Anyway. Oh, brain fart. Okay, that's what it was. So I'm curious when I see y'all, I guess the next week after that Thanksgiving Day or whatever, what changes occurred? You know, I saw this thing and it said, yes, more please. And I'm really trying to add that into my life. Whenever I experience something that I like, I don't care if it's a smile from a stranger, someone opened a door, someone gave me $1, someone bought me lunch. I felt better talking to myself. I say, yes, more of that, please. Yes, more, please. Yes, more, please.
Like the movie Happy Thank You More Please.
I haven't seen that.
I need to watch it.
Okay.
It's called it's all one word. Happy Thank You More Please.
Oh my gosh, that sounds cute. Okay.
This is just like what you're saying.
Oh, cool. Well, and it's kind of like, you know, like that feeling that I just created in my body, imagining my problems go away in whatever way that was without me getting all stressed about how's it going to happen. Me telling myself, yeah, more of that, please. Yeah.
People can
Yes.
sense your good energy too, I think. Don't you think?
For sure. And like, I don't know. It's kind of like whenever I saw a meteor the other day. Did I tell y'all about this? I don't think I did. It was, I guess, maybe it was last Tuesday. I think it might have been last Tuesday. Anyway, I go outside like before I go to bed to like I don't know, see the stars one more time. Like thank the night, thank the day for the life that I got to live that day, whether it was great or shit-tastic. And anyway, so I go outside, I step out, I got on my little porch and I looked up and it was like, boom, biggest meteor ever. I'm not talking like, oh, it's a shooting star far away. I'm talking like close, big blue white tail, big flaming round ball of like orange, white. I don't know. I'm talking like in the Charlotte area. It was that close. And then all that to say, I was like, yes, more of that, please. Like, how cool is that? You know? So I'm curious, and then we'll start to close it up. What was the last most, like, the coolest thing what was the most recent thing that you experienced that you're like, although this morning there was a squirrel that was a big fat squirrel, like chubby buddy. And he was sitting on my fence and he was like looking in my bedroom mirror or window. And I was like, and he was like watching me. And I was like, this is hilarious. So I thought that's one of those that I'm like, yes, more of that, please. Okay. So I would like to go around. Yes, more of what, please?
Oh, why don't you start over there and come back?
Okay. Alan, what has happened to you most recently that you would like to say, yes, more of that, please?
More social contact and more support, feeling less alone.
More support. I love it.
And finding another housemate to share my home with. Someone with whom I can, have a really good, mutually respectful, helpful relationship.
And so it is. And so it is. What about you, Elijah? What would you like more of?
More what?
Exactly. Anything you want that you've had recently or that you experienced that was amazing that you're like, yes, more of that.
Well, more of me coming back to my job.
All right. You love to work.
Yep.
I know that. I feel that when you even speak about work and like you love it so much. So more of that, please. Yes. Okay. I'll hold that vision.
Okay.
I will see you working. Okay.
Have to preface it. Lately, I've been in a very, very, very dark place and completely sad and morose and just horrible. But last Friday, my mom was feeling a little depressed about a situation, or very depressed about a situation. So I texted my sister, who lives in Huntersville, and we devised a plan that my mom and I would go up see them. And I was able to leave all my shit outside and be, the Allison that, I have been and I will be again for that day, and my mom even commented about how much she noticed that and, was glad to see that.
Nice. So you got to experience yourself being the light. More of that. Yeah. Okay. I see that. I hold that. Got a laughter and time with a great grandbaby. Yes. More of that, please. More laughter. Yes. I take that.
For me, it's just been things have been falling into place in my life at the right place. Even though it doesn't look perfect, it's just things have been falling into place when I need it, like exactly when I need it. And I want more of that. Like I need more of that, but it's been small, but it's been mighty.
So right place, right time.
Yeah.
Right place, right time. More of that, please. Yes, I will hold that vision. I will see that. I think dozed off.
I don't think she's.
Yeah, it's okay. What about you?
Social interaction, please.
More social interaction? Well,
Positive social interaction.
look at that. Look. That's an easy one.
Yeah, it is.
More, please. All right. And so it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. What about you?
So for me, I have or have had for a while night terrors, and it interrupts my sleep, so I didn't sleep well. But now that I'm on some medication, I've been getting more restful sleep, and I've been starting to remember them on and off. So I want to wish for two things, if that's all right.
Yeah.
More restful sleep and more remembering my dreams, hopefully, that are pleasant.
Awesome. I love that. Yes, restful sleep and remembering of the dreams. More
Even if
of
they're
that.
bad dreams, I think it's better to read, because what happens to me is I wake up and I can remember that it was vivid and that it was bad, but I can't remember what it was about, and it's just very frustrating.
Yeah.
But if I can remember what it's about, then I can kind of understand why I'm having that dream. At least that seems to be. Yeah,
It's a fun movie to go back to and refer to.
exactly.
It's like, oh, what did I just watch? Awesome. I hold that vision. More of that. For me, I love blue skies and sunshine. I do. I know we're not going to have it every day. Wouldn't want it every day, but more of that, please. Blue skies and sunshine. That's what I love so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, my invitation for all of us then is to hold the vision for ourselves of more of that, please. Every day, maybe we can experience one thing. And it could just be that we saw a bluebird and that was cool. Like it can be anything, right? That the wind blew just so that you got to smell baked cookies. That's cool. So the invitation is for all of us to find the one thing in a day or more that we can say, yes, more of that, please. And let our mind say, yeah, that's cool. I got that. I deserve that. I'm miraculous. Life is in my favor. Let's do this, right? So that's my homework for all of us, just to see how it goes, right? I mean, worst case scenario is that we feel better. Okay. But that's the worst case scenario, is that we actually feel better and increase our likelihood of having what it is that we truly desire. So, yeah. I'm always weird about sometimes like ending things. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's it. But yeah, how do y'all feel? You feel pretty good?
I do.
Feel better, maybe? I feel better than I did an hour ago. I wasn't feeling better.
Relax.
Yeah. I like that. Awesome. Well, we'll close so that Alan can take his phone call.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thank y'all for being here. Like for real, I like more of this, please.
Yes.
You know, where we can come together and
Thank you.
talk. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
And pardon me, sometimes I'm a bit literal.
It's all good. It is all good. I love you so much. And thank you all online for being here. Please check us back online. And for the onliners, just a heads up. So the Tuesday after Thanksgiving is called Giving Tuesday, and it's a really great day to donate to your favorite nonprofit. So I highly encourage and recommend you can send a donation to Promise Resource Network just to support the mission of being of service to all the homies in the community, you know, you and me and everybody else. So thank you so much. I love y'all, and I'll see you soon.